And we have picker piles. All right, so let me just get everything into focus. Oops, yikes, sorry. Okay, it's really hard when you're doing readings like this, because you don't know until you press the button for play what's happening, you know, where everything looks. Okay, so that's why that ends up taking place. Okay, here we go. This is going to be so fun. We have got pick a pile, of course, and it's a pick a pile for the new moon. Let me just get this working. No, other way, Becky. Okay, hard to know what you guys can see. There we go. So we have a new moon pick a pile, and today we've got some charms that you may not have seen when you were picking, and that was on purpose. So the first one, number 1, you have the Light Seers Tarot, and you have a fan. Number 2, you have the Wizards Tarot, and you have a unicorn. And number 3, you have the Tarot Egyptian Art Nouveau, and you have a fish. Okay, so what one is going to be a message for you? We're also going to be focusing on the Moonology deck, and we are doing a new moon in Aquarius. New start. Okay, so we're getting these readings on all of this today, and we'll be working with the Moonology deck. So we got bonuses going on. I may even throw some charms in the mix or some crystal read. We'll see. So number 1. I'm also using a little rose quartz heart, and this is representing all of us for the readings today. Rose quartz, being really gentle with yourself as we move into this new moon in Aquarius. There's a lot of things happening with it, and I'll explain as we go along, okay? So the first thing is your little charm here is a fan, and this means that there is celebration coming in, a party, a chance to have a lot of fun, a get together. Sometimes this can also indicate romance and things of romantic nature, okay, coming into viewpoint. So what I'm going to do, so I have my little charm bag here. I'm just going to throw some more charms at you. Number 1. Okay. So what? Oh, there's a letter H that came up here. Okay, so we have a few things around you. It looks like you've gotten rid of some really negative vibrations. There is someone around you who is not as they appear to be. It also shows that you really need to show some independence for yourself. Something old coming back into your life, okay? Make sure that with a new moon especially, that you are focused on where the hell you're going, because all of these old patterns are going to be forced into your face. Aquarius has some other planets that are sitting with it, as well as Pluto. And, you know, on the 9th and 10th of February, you know, this change with the new moon, this is the first new moon with Pluto sitting in it for 200 and some years. So you don't want to bring this old into your new. Okay. I feel like there's a romance going on for you, number 1, whether you're in a relationship, a steady relationship, there's something being offered, maybe a vacation or something that's coming up. And I feel like you've really begun to see someone for who they really are as well. Now you have, it's like there's the angel wing right there, and then you've got the scissors, okay? So it's like you have broken away from some of your spiritual work maybe, and it's time to come back in. Okay, come back into alignment. And then there's a wishing upon a star here. So this is a little bit further away from you, but right now, some things that you've been waiting on, there could be someone who really is not as they appear to be around you. How do I say that? Maybe you have not been exactly yourself lately either. There's some kind of miscommunication here, and this is just asking you to clear it up. All right, so let's get out of here. Have fun, right? Little charms and stuff. And you have the letter H as being someone or something that's important. All right, so for your new moon, a new start is coming. We are learning this year a lot about how we are communicating. We are learning about how we see our future, our goals. And we are learning about the people who are meant to stay in our life and those who are not. So this may be reflected to you a fair bit. So what's coming for the new moon for number 1? Okay, let's get some messages. It doesn't matter what your sign is. It's not specific to signs. It's specific to messages, okay? One more. Holding your vision, okay? So for number 1, many things are coming in right now, okay? So, with the new moon, we do go into a space of wishes that we have. 9 wishes is what we're supposed to be focused on. Excuse me. So, as you can see here, the new start is coming and we have to believe in the impossible, right? There's something around you, and this is, obviously these are intuitive readings as well, but there's something around you that you are letting get in your way a little bit, or you're not seeing something very clearly because you have it set in your mind exactly how you want it to be. So like, okay, it has to be this way. Sometimes we're asking the angels for support and we're like, but we want it to come in a certain way. And the angels are like, hang on a minute. You're limiting what we can actually do for you because you've got all these specifics. You've got all this organization. Maybe you've been too tense. Maybe you've just been too like, it's got to happen in a certain way. Or maybe you expect people to be a certain way with you and it has to be that way or else, right? But there's something here about you shifting without a choice. You are shifting because everybody, it doesn't matter who is watching this video, every single person is having a shift that is involuntary. You're not choosing this to happen. It is just happening to you. You're not choosing what emotions you can stuff down anymore. It's just happening. You're not choosing what memories you have. They're just happening. Now, you have to process, number 1. You have to process and do the extra little work for yourself. Setting yourself into alignment, into focus, into the next phase. Asking yourself, what are my goals? What are my wishes and dreams, right? And what am I not saying when I need to? Believing in the impossible, a blue moon card has come out for you. So something major is occurring in your life right now. If you are hiding something, it's going to be exposed. If you are pretending to feel a certain way about someone, it will come to the surface. If you don't want to be at work, or the work that you've chosen, there will be an abrupt change. This is all in alignment with where your goals and your dreams are, right? But sometimes You might be the sort of person that doesn't learn the easy way. You need to learn the hard way because that's the most impactful for you. You have to focus on where you're going for sure and what you're doing, right? And holding your vision, of course, which has come up here. And, giving rather than taking, really asking yourself with this coming up here, asking yourself where you may forget someone or something or overlook something and you don't see how it's affecting the other person as well. So really reflecting here is the message that I'm getting for number 1. Pushing towards your dreams and goals, but be aware. There are things that are coming up because of Mercury also sitting in Aquarius, right? Mercury is the messenger and brings up communication issues, things that you're communicating to yourself, and things that you're communicating with others, sometimes subconsciously, right? Because the universe hears all of your quiet thoughts as well as your loud ones, all of it. Remember that we have the belief in anything being possible, and the new moon here coming up in Aquarius, right? This is coming up on the 9th and 10th. I say 10th because it depends on your time zone, okay? And there needs to be a redirection for you, a recalibration, and once and for all, make sure that you are in a position that you truly want to be in, because if not, a lot of things are going to happen. And it's not a negative, it's needed. It's not like years in the past where you could be doing something that you don't want to do and it's up to you to change it. Here, we have Pluto messing around with Aquarius and a new moon and Mercury, and there's another planet sitting there too, or on its way in. And it's bringing a lot of luck to us as well because of and I had a look at this, because of the star clusters that are around as well. They are named luck, different luck types of, they've got longer names, but luck is at the start of them all. So luck means sometimes, although we feel lucky and we go through this streak of, happiness, you've definitely got a celebration coming up. It can also turn around on us and show us what we've been neglecting, what you've been neglecting in your healing journey and within yourself. And it's going to force you to look at it because, as I said, you won't have a choice. It's going to just be there. This has been happening all week, but it's going to get to this final point. So make sure that you're not just doing something because you don't want to be told otherwise. Make sure you're believing in the impossible and holding your vision. The universe supports you in moving into your highest goals and dreams, right? But it's also saying that if there is anything inauthentic, and if there's something that you're not really happy with, or someone you're not really happy with, or a life turn that you didn't really want to make, you're going to be forced to address it. These are positive things though. We're always growing and evolving in our spiritual journey. It doesn't end. The healing continues as we raise our vibration and frequency and we focus on light in our physical being, okay? Less and less time goes by where you let something go, or you're not focusing on something, or you're just getting really cranky about something or whatever. When you're focused on a high vibe and a light quotient being very strong in your body, in your aura, through your chakras, and you're doing this work, very quickly you're going to be able to adjust yourself out of a mood, an issue, or discomfort of any kind. You lift yourself right out of it. You command the energy. But it doesn't mean also that things that you think nobody knows about, because they're your own personal in your mind stuff, if you think that that doesn't affect you, that's where you're going to see a big change. Those little things, okay? And it's powerful. All right, let's get your tarot as well. Today I pulled out my Mookite Jasper, which is my Australian connection, my Mookite Jasper. Very, very grounding and transformational. It has this like beautiful eye on it. I was going to sell this a long time ago and I just couldn't do it. I love Jaspers. So look, I even have a bumblebee jasper right here, right? I love Jaspers because they do so many things. They ground you, and they also uplift, make changes, they transform. Like, you work with a jasper and your emotions start to balance and things start to shift in your life. Okay, I'm also going to be adding new things to my crystal store because I realized that, oh my God, I realized that half of our stock, which we thought was on sale, is not. They're like, why is nobody buying any? Oh, they can't even see it. Oh my God, so there's going to be a revamp. All right, ready? Number one, asking what message you need for the new moon. And I'm going to try to keep as much space in the camera as we're going along. All right. Oh, look at this one. I'm going to do it like that. Okay, we're going to do groups of 3s here. All right, that's what we're doing today. Remember, you can also do my course on tarot. We have a lot of fun in our group. We do free readings with each other, and I'm always there. And you can start anytime because it's at your own pace, right? It's online work. All right, number one. Wow. You can tell I love doing readings, right? I'm here. Here I am. Okay. Wow, number one. So these cards at the bottom, I feel is just a bonus insight, right? That's what words I'm getting. These are a bonus insight, okay? So these are the things that you're going through with the new moon, okay? And these are the things that are a bonus. Now, number ones, it seems to be a pattern that we're talking about relationships in some way for you. Like, this seems to come up in all of the readings that we're doing. So number one's like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm choosing number one. All right. What's coming with this new moon? So this will be over the next 7 days. Okay. It can come in over the next month, but it's more immediate. All right. So we have the Chariot and the 7 of Wands. So you are, 7 of Swords. Let's take a look at the Chariot. You can see that this is an unusual way of driving horses, right? Because he doesn't even have any reins or anything like that. He's moving very quickly. He's focused. The Chariot itself seems to be lit up. There's a lot of like energy around, like starry energy around. So there's a lot of luck here, like we talked about. And there's a willingness of the horses, of the team, to work together as well. Huh. There's some kind of wounding here for you. You've been through something and you've been wounded, but you're still rushing headlong. Then we have the Seven of Swords. You are getting a lot of messages. The moon is going to reveal the truth about a situation in your life. Again, with the crow right there, you can't avoid it because it's going to be loud. The message that you're going to receive is loud. Okay, now, from what I'm getting from this first batch is that don't ignore the wounds that you've had from the past. Before you go into your future headlong, okay, you're rushing into it and it's going to come undone in a sense where it's like you're going to get tripped up somehow. Again, this is not a negative thing. This is something that's needed for your growth, because you see what becomes of this is the Nine of Cups. It's what you want. It's the ultimate happiness, right? But when the Seven of Swords comes up, there's some kind of betrayal. And in this instance, I feel you're betraying yourself and your growth and your movement forward and your healing. You haven't looked at your woundings properly, or you're skipping over them because you want to get to the destination so fast. There's a lot of beautiful relationship energy here, right? Even with the Six of Coins. There's a lot of beautiful energy focused on these new beginnings and excitement in the air. I feel like your spirit guides, though, are alerting you to things that you're brushing over. Like that's what I'm getting. It's okay, because if you're meant to hear this message today, you're going to shift something out of it. You're going to change it around. The Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. So this also shows a vibration changing with how you're seen, how you're recognized, areas of work in your life, self-esteem, like growing, being paid for what you're worth, finally getting what you're owed. And then you have the Seven of Wands, where this has also been a battle for you, because something was not fair in your past, and this was another thing that you tried to be really strong about, right? And you tried to really shift yourself away from it. That's what I'm getting from this. Something about your level of confidence in yourself as well changed. And choices have been happening for you like rather quickly as well. And then we have the Knight of Wands, the Six of Swords, again the Six of Pentacles. So there's been for you, number one, there's been a death. There's something that you're grieving. It may not have been so long ago, maybe in the past 5 years. And it's behind you, in a sense. But you're ignoring something about it. I really get this, I'm sorry, number one, but I just get this feeling that you are ignoring where you're hurting. You're ignoring your grief. You've pushed something behind you too soon. Someone's left your life. It could be a death. I feel like it's more of a grief situation, but it could be a loss. a job loss of a long time. You know, you work somewhere for ages and suddenly you let go. A long time relationship and all of a sudden it's different, it's changed, it's over. You are not or have not grieved properly. This is causing you to move into different locations, which is fine. You know, you're moving forward, but this is going to catch up with you. It is really time to address how deep you feel emotionally. Again, with the messenger energy of Mercury sitting around and Pluto energy and, you know, Aquarian energy. We are really, really, really challenged in many ways to face our truth. This year is going to be about that. If there's something that's unhealed in your vibe, it's coming up. Okay? Obviously, you have these beautiful cards here of support, and you do have a clearer sailing. You know, it's going to be easier as you move forward. But there's also going to be, for some of you, a lot of travel, and you know, money's not going to be an issue. It's like you've got money coming in. That's not the issue here. It's your emotions. And you are ignoring vital clues that you are grieving. And that you are really sad about something, and therefore you're trying to fill up your energy with activities, right? I get it. I push stuff away as well, and then I'm like, let's just have fun. But it eventually catches up, is what I'm seeing here. Now, a new perspective, a new start, as it says, a new start's coming. Changes in your home life, and a sense of new beginnings, new choices, new understandings, new love, new romance, new jobs, new locations. But with all of that being said, if you don't deal with the things that happened the last 5 years, there is going to be a big, big, big sort of tower issue. And you know what? It will just come very unexpectedly, and you're going to be forced to deal with your emotions. And when that happens to us, we have breakthroughs. We have a release in our physical being. Like, you might have some kind of discomfort in your body, right? And it will go because you finally addressed your grief, right? It's amazing how your body is tied to your emotional aspects and where you're holding things in as well. So when you look at your astrological chart, see what house Aquarius is in, as we've talked about before, and also have a look at what house the fourth house, which is your home, okay, your inner self, your environment. Have a look at the fourth house, your immediate environment, okay? See what sign is sitting there, okay? Have a look what that means. And also have a look at your seventh house on your natal chart, because that's going to show partnerships, relationships. And the eighth house is going to show birth and death. Have a look what has been affecting you. Have a look at your natal chart. I obviously was an astrologer in a past life. Something inside of me said that there's so much knowledge that can be found with looking at charts and looking at stars and looking at planets and all of that sort of stuff that you lose your intuition. But I'm already very, very intuitive, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing this work. But I've been thinking about picking up a course on astrology that I started a long time ago and getting back into that so that I can share a little more with that side of things with you all. But so much can be found on your natal chart and the world chart as well, like what's going on with the world, the country that you're in, its natal chart. You can find a lot of information. But anyway, have a look at these areas of your life and see what's dragging and also what's trying to transform. Because if you don't address what's trying to transform, okay, and you still ignore it, you're going to have to repeat and repeat and repeat bad cycles until you create a different reaction. Creating a different reaction to, your situation, instead of going, oh, well, I'm in this space right now and I feel really good, right? So to hell with anything else. I'm fine. When it's a pattern of return or going back to an old job that you hate, studying something that you don't want to study, but, oh, I'm okay, I'm fine because I am partying with all of these people, or I am, I've got all these friends around me and I didn't have that, but I'm fine. But there's something off to the side that you're doing that you don't really, it's not that you don't want to do it, it's that you're repeating something. And this is really important, right? So I'm all about healing, obviously. And so we are creatures of habit and patterns. And once we start to learn what our pattern is regarding home, life, work, career, like love, we start looking at our patterns of past relationships. We start looking at our patterns of who we chose, where we were at that age, what was happening in our life, what was causing us to make those decisions. Were we listening to our instincts? Did we really trust that person in the beginning? No. You see what I'm saying? It's like there's an odd feeling that we always get when something's not right for us, and we ignore it because we feel like, oh, well, I don't want to be too judgmental, or, yeah, maybe I'm just, doubtful because of this or because of... No, you're doubtful. Your energy is telling you. So what you're being asked to do here is to uplift, upgrade, change some things, because it's going to happen anyway. It's going to force it. Like, if you're in the wrong position in your life, it's going to end. That's what's coming in. For you, turn away from those things that are inauthentic and false. Focus on your dreams and goals, but make sure that you're not dragging something with you. Like, there's a statement that I said, and it's like, don't bring your past into your future. Right? It's very important. So do the deeper dive with yourself. People just get readings and readings and readings. Oh yeah, she said that. I'm going to the next one. And that's just, people are just going to go around in circles in their life because that's what they're doing. Going around in circles looking for someone to validate what they're doing until they find it. Right? So validate your own life and yourself and your choices and your direction. You have a lot of abundance coming, a lot of luck here, a lot of changes, a lot of growth, a lot of unions and connections and travel and fun and parties, right? But do the inner work as well. Don't leave it out. Again, I always offer a suggestion. If you want to do the inner work, you want a deep dive, if you want a psychological, spiritual report, healing report given to you as we move through our training together, right? You can work with me on mentoring one-on-one. You can work with me on distant healing. I'll still create a healing report for you. These are very powerful and impactful. I actually just taught a Zoom class on it on Saturday for my light leaders, how massive this is as a tool for you to read about yourself, read about, why you might be doing what you're doing. Have a think about it. Abundance is here. Happiness and love is here for you. Make sure it's authentic. Make sure you're being true to yourself and where you're grieving and you've been pushing it behind you, and get ready for these new starts to begin. Okay, so beautiful reading for number 1. I hope that that was helpful to you. Let me get all the numbers here. Let me add all this up. Let's see what your quintessential card is. I do like this spread with the 3 cards like that, right? So we have so you have the 11, you have the Justice card, okay? And that is the card of balance. It is the card of Libra, and it is the card of relationships. Of course, right? Oh my God. All right, let's have a look. Come on, Justice. Okay, looking at your shadow self, looking at things that you're forgetting to do. I'm telling you, okay, it's going to look back at you. You're going to have this reflection, and it's going to be really, really important, okay? You've got this, though. You're very powerful. You're very capable. Healing is flowing as we speak. All right. Thank you, number 1. I hope you enjoyed your little message today. All right. Number 2. Okay, so number 2, what you didn't know was underneath the number choice today on the screen was this beautiful Pegasus. Actually, I thought it was a unicorn, but it's actually a Pegasus. Okay. And this is talking about big changes that are happening in your life, obviously, that are going to bring you into a different dimension, a different aspect of yourself, and a new beginning in many, many ways. The Pegasus asks you to dream big and lift yourself away from circumstances that are limiting. Now we're going to I have my little charm bag here. How fun. We're going to get a message for you with the charms as well before we get going on our different cards for you. So I'll put this here. We're going to use this to represent you. So this is just a little charm read. All right, so this is what we got here. Okay, you still have the horse, like this horse energy coming up for you, right? So what you have is freedom coming. Something is being transformed here in your life. I want to see what's under here. Yeah, an apple. So something about your health and healing here. Number 2. You're getting onto something. You need to also be careful that you're not worrying. Maybe you've put some worries, etc. behind you. There is, as you can see, there's an airplane here. There's an arrival. Oh, the Pegasus came out. Hey. See, the Pegasus came out for you again. There is an arrival. Some of you for number 2 are having an end to a friendship, partnership, relationship. Something romantic is ending. It might have just been a fling of some kind, but for other people that doesn't apply to, you're actually cutting something out of your life that is unnecessary or was draining your energy. Don't think that you don't have to worry at the moment. It seems like there's a lot of security here. You have the key, which is sort of directing you towards your goals and dreams. You have the tree here, so something healing maybe with family as well. And the star here of David. So there's something also for some of you with a different way of seeing things, or maybe you were raised, I mean, this is Jewish, maybe you were raised that way, or maybe you've been into the Kabbalah or the Tree of Life or whatever. There's something different spiritually for you here, a different direction. We have this shoe here, and we have this Eiffel Tower over here. So maybe there is also going to be a change for you in the future, where you're trying something completely out of your comfort zone. Some of you may literally be traveling to Paris. But make sure, like if you do, make sure that you have everything in place, okay? This B is upside down, so I feel like there has been for you some financial restraints, okay? That's going to change as well. Don't worry about things. There's been a lot of worry in your life. It doesn't need to be there, but it also shows me that you've conquered a lot of fears here too. So this is really positive. A beautiful healing transformation is happening, number 2, and you're doing it. Okay, you're doing the work. Say that people, you know, instead of doing the work, they're looking for something to, like a magic wand to be placed on their head or something. Like, oh, now you're fixed. It doesn't work like that. It's like people are always looking for someone to tell them to, you know, validate something for them all of the time. It's like, no, it actually just takes doing the work, studying, focusing, bringing yourself forward. And maybe you, number 2, are some kind of teacher, and you really need to focus on getting your students to actually listen and do the work. And you got to do that by making it easy. I've worked that out through teaching. I get so connected with how powerful something is, right? And how I think it's easy, but I've found that some people just don't function in the same way as me. Wow, how about that? Oh my God. Okay, so we're clearing for the reading today. Number 2, we're looking also at the Moonology cards for this new moon in Aquarius, which also has, as I was explaining, it also has different planets that are sitting there. This is going to be the 9th and 10th, depending on where you are around the globe, or the 10th. And it is very powerful because it's the first, it's a many of firsts here. It's the first time that Aquarius, Pluto has sat in Aquarius for 248 years. First new moon with Pluto there, right? And it's also the beginning of a lot of different types of communication, because we have Mercury there. We have a few different planets there. And you want to see where Aquarius sits in your chart, because that's going to show you where the transformation is really going to begin with this new moon. For me, Aquarius is in my 8th house, and it is my moon sign. So I'm really going through death and rebirth, changes, you know, issues that are surrounding the past coming to the surface as well, and complete transformation spiritually. It's all happening. All right, number 2, what message is for you with these cards? And then we're going to move into your tarot. Okay. Ooh, number 2. This card's come up twice now. Okay. Stepping out of your comfort zone. The North Node on your natal chart shows you where your destiny lies. Wherever your North Node is, okay, mine is Scorpio, it shows you where your destiny is going, your future. This is about the future that you're trying to create. So it will require you, as you're moving forward, and it's talking about dreams, having a practical plan, not letting things get in your way or pride, and you're really doing the healing, the contemplating, the work, right? Transformation is coming. You're being pushed into your future. And you're being asked to sit with yourself and navigate in your life what is worth your time, what is worth your energy. This is always a very, very good spiritual practice. Is it worth my time? Someone's having an argument, someone's trying to drag you into a drama, someone's fighting, someone's crazy in the family. Is it worth my time? Is it worth my energy? If both answers to that are no, you know what you need to do. So here with the North Node, the future is in your face. It is going to require plans and adjustments, and that you're not letting things like pride, well, I don't want to do that because I want to do that, get in your way. Sometimes we're so proud that we won't ask for help because we want to figure out everything for ourselves, which has its benefits, okay? But what if there's an easier way? When you go into your meditation and contemplation, you can ask your higher self, right, to bring you messages while you sleep or in your meditation or whatever, of what it is that needs to shift out of your way so that you can move forward into your dreams and goals. Remember that you got the Pegasus card of transformation, the charm. Something is healing or trying to heal. Something is surrounding learning, because we have the apple, we have the teaching energy here for number 2. And something about being a student or learning something in your own university of life. For me, it's the University of Hard Knocks, right? What is your structure? What has been your structure of learning? How have you learned in the past? Have you learned the hard way because you're stubborn? I've got my hand up. Yeah. Have you learned to adjust yet? Have you learned that it's not your job to make other people heal? To make other people see that your job here is to heal and transform, and then either people see or they don't. Are you focused on someone else's journey? Are you trying to get someone... I used to want to shake my kids by the shoulders and go, wow, you just listen to me. Oh my God, all this can heal. We can fix this right now. I cannot force my children, no matter who I am, to follow my ways. It's not their journey. My youngest son is realizing, after all this time apart that we had, through no fault of our own, that he's just like me. And I feel that he will take over one day this work. My youngest, my oldest, has a psychological brain like me as well. And he will do it in his way. My middle son will use words and writing, music. He will creatively express his own healing and spiritual journey. It doesn't have to be like mine for them to be on the right path. You get it? Just because someone in your life needs this transformation and they need to heal, and you just, why can't they just get it through their thick head what you're trying to say? Oh yeah, but then you're the crazy one. Oh yeah, you know, you're crazy because your life is so much better and you're all healed and, you know, you have really turned everything around and you're abundant, but you're the crazy one while everybody sits around talking about how crazy you are, gaslighting you and all of that stuff. And they have no thing that's different in their life. But you're the, come on. Do you need validation from these people? No, you don't. Stepping out of your comfort zone and moving into your future is difficult, even if you know what that future is that you want. It's difficult because it requires adjustments and it requires a sense of loss in a way, because you're going to push past a lot of the people that you really wanted to come along with on the journey, right? You're like, come on, let's do it together. But unfortunately, everybody's journey is their own. And if we don't want people to judge our journey, we can't judge theirs either. It's really difficult because you just see, you know, I see it myself with, you know, people that I've worked with or whatever, and you see them go right back into a pattern and you're like, come on, haven't we worked on this? Like, what are you doing? Again, it's their journey. It's their direction. They're going to fall again and they'll go, oh my God. So maybe by someone having that fall, having that shift or having that breakdown or having that break up or whatever goes on is the way that it finally dawns on them what they need to be doing, because you can't avoid. So for example, if we want a life, okay, this is how I'm going to have to put it. If we want a life of health and healing and knowing, of our abilities opening, okay, of being able to have all the answers just like that, of being better readers or a better healers or better spiritual people, to have manifestations come in, to have people in our life that are joyous and high vibe and there's no drama. If we want a life where there's no problems, we're not overthinking, we're not worrying about anything. If you want a life like that, okay, it requires a different kind of effort than you're used to be putting in. If you're used to putting in the worry and the stress and the, oh, yeah, but I've got this and I've got that and this is happening to me and you don't get it and if you keep on telling that story of why you cannot heal, you will not heal. If you keep on telling a story of why it's different for you because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you'll never get past you. You will never get past the past, right? And then you're going to be bitter because you can't see the universe working in your life. This happens ad nauseum with working with people, with working with students, with working with clients. Ad nauseum, self-worth, making bad decisions, going around in circles in their brain, and they know the way out of it. Guess what? They don't trust themselves or the universe to provide the answer securely. And if things aren't happening for you and you're blaming the universe, you really should be looking at your own attitude toward you. The past trauma, the past doesn't belong in your future. If you're thinking that you can go along in the same way and then all these miracles are going to occur in your life, you are joking yourself. You are just playing games. Now, I'm not saying, number two, that you in specifically are playing games and doing this, right? I'm just saying that if you look at the patterns of your life, where has it got you? Where is your energy lying for your future if you are worried about your future, if you're worried about the world, if you're worried about your children, if you're worried about your body, if your hair's falling out, if you've got gray hairs coming in, if you've got, wrinkles that you didn't have the day before, and you're worrying about it and you're focusing on it and you're looking at it. If you're looking at social media and you're looking at what other people are doing and you're looking at ways in which people are making money or this or that, and it's just all distraction, you're going to miss out on your transformation of ease, right? So there's an easy way to transform and there's a very difficult way to transform. And wherever you've come from in your past has been difficult, no doubt, right? It's obvious. It's been difficult. Do you want that to repeat for the rest of your life? Many of you are in the center of it. I know I'm in the middle of my life right now. I'm in the center of it, probably smack bang. And the next half of my life cannot be a repeat of the first half of it. So, for number two, as you move into your next phase, okay, do the inner work. And if you're doing the inner work, don't sabotage it. Don't let people distract you. Don't let yourself be in a place where you are comparing, doubting, fearing, worrying, stressing, overthinking. And if you don't know how to get out of these things, instead of going around in circles and going to different readings or readers or whatever you're doing, come forward. We'll work on a plan, okay? And you've got the help and support that you need. You will see the patterns that you have that are hidden because I can read them. And I'll create for you a healing report. Healing report is an incredible tool on your journey. And in fact, I'm thinking about doing a consultation service where I create this report for you and then you can decide what you want to do from there. So you have a teacher inside of you. You are a teacher yourself. You may be feeling like you need to have this big mission in life and something needs to change and da-da-da-da-da. So transform yourself, your relationships, the patterns, the way that you're thinking, that you're feeling and you're doing things, and everything is going to shift out and create for you another chapter, a turning of the page of your book of life. That's a fresh, clean slate, and you can write whatever you want to write in there. We're going to get some of the tarot cards for you too. Okay. It's really important to me on this journey that, for so long now, I've been just plodding along with you all. And I've been here and I've been overlooked and I've been, suppressed or whatever. I don't even care. And what I've realized was missing was a strength that you all needed. And that is someone to tell you exactly how it is. And some people don't like it, and that's fine, whatever. But I'm on my journey and you're on yours. And I get instructions of what I've got to give to this world. And right now the world needs the truth. Nothing but the truth. And this is what's coming out for all of you. And when you get these readings, I'm not going to hold back. When I give you a personal reading, I won't hold back either. But you'll get the most in-depth, comprehensive look at your life than anyone I've ever seen. And that's not tooting my horn. That's just the truth. okay? And I can show you all how to do this too. That's the point. So I really hope that you're going to speak your truth as well. And it doesn't have to be a mean truth either. It's coming from a loving spot. All right, let's see what cards are coming up with your wizard cards. I love these cards. They are beautiful. Let's see. Each one of us, okay. You'll see these groups today. Some of you watch the whole thing, all groups, so awesome. All right. Wow. Number 2. Oh, yikes. Hang on. So this is the way these cards are moving today in groups of 3, and that's fine. I know there's people out there that like it all to line up perfectly. It's almost impossible when I can see what I can see, and you're going to see how it ends up on your end. And hopefully I'm just trusting that it looks nice. Okay, there's too much of a gap. All right. All right. What you got? See, I've got the miniature cards out today, so we could fit more on the screen, which is awesome. What we got here? We have the 3 of Swords, we have the Devil, and we have the King of Cups. We have the 10 of Coins, we have the Fool, and we have the 6 of Cups. We have, oops. We have the 2 of Wands, we have the 3 of Wands, and we have the Queen of Cups here as well. I better just quickly look at this. Yes. Otherwise, we'll keep dinging. Okay. All right, so the first thing here is this energy of the Devil and the 3 of Swords, okay? And then you have the King of Cups. Again, there's something that you are you need to separate yourself from something or even someone. And it could be something that is in your past where you were in a relationship perhaps and you haven't let it go. Or you were in a relationship and you moved on too quickly. Or someone is from your past is coming back and it upsets you or hurts you. When the Devil comes out in a reading and it's coming out, I mean, everything's positive from here on. So to me, this is something from the past that you need to address, right? When the Devil comes out in a reading like this and it is connected with 3 of Swords, it is because of a relationship that meant a lot to you, where your heart was literally broken. When this person, who was a control person, a control freak, a narcissist, or someone very, very nasty who, what's the word? They portrayed themselves to be trustworthy, understanding, kind, and loving. And you may have shared some time with this person where you shared your hopes, your dreams, your goals. You shared traumas about yourself, your life story. And when you decided that this wasn't the right relationship for you, or that you were moving forward or whatever, you were thinking about it, or you were really trying to do things in the right way, this person lashed out. This person may have stalked you on social media. This person has been watching you. This person said some nasty stuff, put it all over their page. They might have put new pictures of their new supply up in your face. Or there may have been a complete and utter breakdown of how you see yourself and relationships because of this person, of this situation, of this relationship. It's definitely a loving relationship. It was something that you were involved with. Okay? This person used all the information that they had about you and your vulnerabilities, and they might have spread it everywhere and lied to make themselves look better. Now, with me saying all of that, this may be the very reason that a part of you doesn't allow yourself to be seen or to be recognized for who you are, because you were very vulnerable with this person and they exploited you. They twisted everything. They projected upon you all their own mental health issues. And this could also be that a family members or many family members have done this to you and outcast you, and then you had it in your relationships as well. You might be essentially the black sheep, or the scapegoat is a better word. Better word than black sheep is scapegoat, because while you're moving on with your life, everyone is still talking about you. And while you're moving on with your life and growing and healing and changing and shifting, people are blaming you because you're not there to defend yourself. They're creating all kinds of stories about you, and they always have, to make themselves look better. And what you have to do is you have to dissolve those cords, connections, and ties with those people, places, and things, even if it's family, because it will never change. You're there to be punished, and you're there to take the blame. It's not anything that you've done wrong. In fact, it's everything that you're doing right, which reflects and irritates the darkness inside of these people. People are in our life either to agitate or love us. There's really no in between. We're either on the same journey or we're not. So people that have been the scapegoat in all of people's issues and problems, and it's easy to blame you, and you're not there to defend yourself, and no one listens to you, no one cares if you're sick, no one cares if you're lost, no one cares if you've got no money, no one cares if you're alone in the world. They don't give a crap. And that is because they are there in your life as markers of what you don't want, and have agreed with you to be those people. The people who are the worst to you actually, on a spiritual level and a soul level, care about you more than anybody, because they were willing to sacrifice their relationship with you in this life for your ultimate transformation. Without having all of this shit happen to you, how can you transform into what you're supposed to be? Without having all of these lessons, how are you going to transform? How are you going to teach others to heal if you've never healed anything yourself? How can you resonate with others doing readings and that if you've never had an issue that's come up? How can you help other people with your music or your goals or your dreams or your focus if you've had no way of getting through those things? Right? So when people come into our life and they're nasty relationships, or our parents were horrendous, or we were abused in multiple ways, every single person that's hurt us has a contract with us to be that person in our life for our growth. And then people go, well, God, why would I ask to be abused? Well, I'm sorry, but part of your soul path is that you had to go through multiple different stages Some people go through a life where they're paralyzed. Some people go through a life where they have, all of these diseases in their body and they've got to work through it. Some people have narcissistic exes and partnerships and relationships that are crap until they value their self-worth. Some people have all kinds of discomfort in their back and their legs and their ankles and their head and their this and that until they work on their emotions and how they feel and where they're rejecting themselves, right? So anyone in your life who's been an agitator, let's just call it, is one of the biggest lessons, one of the biggest blessings that you can have is to have that experience. If you do not hold on to it personally, I know it's difficult. I know. We just want to say, all of you all can go get, you know what? You can just go and whistle Dixie because I don't give a flying, you know what? Watch me go. You watch me go. You watch me soar. You watch me. You eat my dust. That's what we want to say. Maybe you have. Maybe you've said it internally. Trouble is, they don't care. You may be on top of the world and they'll say, well, we know how they got there. Well, they obviously got their money from someone else. Cackle, 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 because their life is crap, right? So anyway, I'm illustrating to you a point that you have your journey is transforming, you're shifting yourself into a new awakening. Whatever has happened before that has broken you down does not need to be in your future again, because if you do not address it, it'll come up again and again and again until you do. That's what happens. When we don't give ourselves enough time to heal, after there's been hardship, after there's been heartache, we have to repeat. Why would we want to do that to ourselves? Because we think we're doing something different now that's going to make a different outcome. No, we have to do the hard work. When you do, the 10 of coins is here, the new start is here, and the 6 of cups is here. So when you have a look at your past, it will no longer be, oh my God, I hate this person. They did so much damage. That was so nasty to me. That was so mean and cruel. They broke my heart. I told them everything about myself and they turned around and told the whole world. Right? You won't have that sensation. You'll go, God, well, that was enlightening. They showed me who they really are. Wow. Off you go then. No contact. No connection. Dissolve, dissolve, dissolve. Say, angels, dissolve the cords between me and anybody that's broken my heart or twisted my heart or made me feel anger or made me feel upset. Let it go. Dissolve it. Get it away from me so you can be free. You have the 2 of Wands here, the 3 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Your intuition is going to lead you into your greatest pathway. You have the right connections. You have the right support. You have the right prosperity. It's like definitely coming in here. You have the right passion. You have everything here. And you're balancing things out here. As soon as you realize this triangle of pain that you no longer need to carry, you know what happened to me once is that I realized all of the people that I was carrying around in my life, the abusers, my family, my mother, my stepfather, all the people that abused me in my life, I was carrying them around in my thoughts. I was frustrated and sad and wished that things were different. And why was it happening to me and not my sister? Just all kinds of thoughts and feelings, right, go through you. But with me thinking that I was just thinking about it or wishing why or trying to understand motives, I just thought that they were thoughts, right? No, it was energy. And energy can be heavy. And when I started to have back problems and SI joint problems, wow, I had to figure out, gosh, I was carrying a whole lot of weight, extra weight. And I was carrying these people who deserved nothing more than to be dropped right where they were. I was carrying the thought of them. I was carrying the energy of them. I was carrying anything about them to try to figure it out, and it was wasting my time, my energy, and my spine. Right? My friend said to me recently, how can you forgive? I don't get it. Well, I did it for me so that I can let that energy stay behind me with an understanding of agitation, lessons and contracts, and that my soul journey will expand now that I've done this. And that was more important to me than trying to figure out why things happen to me, right? It was just way more important to not let them have the next part of my life, because they already had the energy of the first part of it. So you're going to have a different viewpoint of how you've seen your past, the losses that you've had, relationship crises, children doing their thing and being away and not being with you, and how that makes you feel inadequate. And you're addressing things from a perspective of, what if those things inside of me were already completely gone? How would I be living my life if I already had all of the things that I want? If I had the money, if I had everybody signing up for stuff, or, you know, I'm not working 9 to 5, or I have my own personal farm, or my property, or the city apartment, or whatever it is that you want. What is the difference between waking up in the morning completely wealthy, let's just say, for example, or waking up in the morning poor? Both things have the night before them. You go to sleep at night, whether you're on a fancy bed or on the side of the road. Both of those experiences of wealth and poorness, right? Everybody goes to sleep, everybody poops, everybody, right? The only difference is your emotions feel more supported if you have everything you need rather than being on the side of the road, right? You feel blessed, and you don't feel so blessed when you're on the side of the road, right? And you feel like anything is possible, right? And you don't maybe feel that way on the side of the road. But the night is the night. The day is the day. But the attitude is different. The emotion is different. So if you are wanting something in your life to manifest, you need to look at your emotion behind it. How you feel, what's going on with you. And then you will have breakthroughs and breakthroughs and they'll continue. The way that you're feeling and the way that you're projecting those feelings create either a whole lot of things that you want or a whole lot of things that you don't. And to get that shift right, the way that you're feeling and expressing yourself, what you're saying to yourself, and how you're living your life comes into alignment. It comes into your truth. It comes into your being. And you're fully feeling the feeling of freedom. And you're feeling it, and you're accepting it, and you're aware of it, and you're alive. And you become a magnet, a walking magnet for everything that you desire. Easily. Rather than working your butt off until you're 60 some years old, and then, you know, how are you going to enjoy it when you're older if you haven't looked after yourself when you're younger? You're not. So, for number 2, a new start is happening. The new moon is here. We have messages coming in. We have the energy of Aquarius. You need to look in your chart where that is. We have the energy of focus. We have the energy of transformation. We have the energy of deeper healing. We have the energy of looking at yourself with passion and fire and direction and goals. Teaching, sharing, traveling, right? All the things that you want to do You have to experience within yourself in the now, in contemplation, in meditation, what it's like to have it. If you were in the best relationship, how would you feel? That happiness needs to be within you before it ever arrives. A partner won't bring you happiness if you don't have it within. There will be misery even though you just got company. That's all. Right? So you've got to have that inside of yourself for every aspect of your life. And I certainly know that it was missing in mine. I was trying to figure out what was going on, and it was my connection with abundance in my own way. And you have to find it in yours, because you're a warrior and you've been here for multiple lifetimes to achieve the ultimate spiritual mastery. And you've been challenged, but it doesn't mean that you can't do it. In fact, it's showing me you can. All right. So let's get a hold of these cards and see what your main theme is. The Wheel of Fortune. Your main theme is the Wheel of Fortune. Can you get over it? Oh my God. Okay. Makes sense. Things are going around and around and around. And you're about to hit a pivotal, oh my God, pivotal, oh my God, I can't say the word. You know what I'm trying to say. Part of your journey. Pivotal, oh my God. Anyway, part of your journey, okay? You are in the center of a lot of things happening around you. The Wheel of Fortune brings a change in fortune. Do you want it to be for the better? Focus on healing the past deeply, not just brushing and fluffing over it. That's not going to work. Universe knows what you're doing. We have to do the deeper work, you know, and I have seen some people come so far with their journey, it's not even funny, and then they give it all away. So please, please, please embrace the next cycle of your life. If you want the abundance to be there more than ever and you keep on attracting it, fix your emotions towards it. Fix your emotions towards yourself. That's the missing point. It's everybody's missing point. It's the key to everything. And once you can do that, oh my God, sky's the limit. Okay? So thank you, number 2. I hope that you enjoyed your messages today. All right. All right, number 3. You chose the Egyptian stuff, the Egyptian cards, and you have the fish here, which always indicates increases and abundance. It also is connected with spirituality and multiplication of, you know, when you think of all the fish that were created, right? So you think about all the fish in the sea with the Jesus story, the loaves and the fish, right? So it's just about having plenty. This is coming in. Now today we're doing things a little cute, in a little cute way. So we've got our new moon in Aquarius, and I've got a little bag of charms here. All right, so I am going to get a little read from that first. Oop. See what's coming out for you. Oh my gosh. All right, let's have a look here. This is for number 3. All right, number 3. Just doing a little charm reading first. Okay. This is your central point. So you have the turtle upside down. Something is moving really slowly. You have the octopus here. So you're trying to do many things all at once. Prosperity is coming in. You have a lot of worry about nothing right here. Nothing to worry about. It's on top of your worry is on top of your direction. And you have the bat right here. Number 3, you just need to make sure that you're really, really putting yourself in a place of receiving and protection, because there are people, you can even see this with teeth here, that are trying to drain your energy. They're only small though. They're not as big as you are, but they are trying to drain your energy here. You're trying to have all of these transformations. There's a gift coming. There's stability here. There's definitely prosperity, right? But there could be more, because something is trying to drain this energy. There's a transformation here. And then we have like a cat here. We have the bee right here, and then we have this, the Pegasus, right? So, yeah. You're trying to change your life here, but you've got a lot of energies at you. It's time now to just, you feel like you're not going anywhere. You got the turtle upside down. Release the worry that you have. I feel like there's a couple of friends here in the future that are coming in. One of them is a male and one is a female. And there's definitely this slow and steady vibration going on here. I mean, I'm not one to say to rush anything, but you're so slow that it's like a turtle upside down. It's not going to move at all. There is peaceful energy coming around a lucky streak, but you need to get rid of 3 people in your life that are hanging on to your energy somehow, and you need to get rid of your worry. You're undergoing a lot of these changes already as we speak. There is going to be time in the future for a lot more carefree fun and a peaceful resolution to a problem. But you have got this crowding of energy of people around you, right, that are not really working for your benefit. So be aware of it, cleanse and clear it, dissolve all cords and directions in time and space. Say no when you need to. And if you've got people around you that you know are not good for you, it's time to have that conversation or let them go. We're going to be forced to do so anyway. We have no choice. We have the new moon in Aquarius here, and it is bringing a new start. So we don't want all of the old nonsense. We have all of these planets sitting in Aquarius as well. And for the first time, Pluto is sitting in Aquarius for the first time in a new moon in 240 some years. So, you know, we have to look at the bigger picture here. Adjustments are required. Energy is gaining momentum. Okay, so for number 3, you have the vibe going on here of things pushing you in the right direction. You can see the coloring here is purples and pinks, right? of softness, of self-love. And it's funny because today it's like Rose Quartz Day. I have the Rose Quartz heart representing everybody as well. So we're focusing on our new starts, our new beginnings, right? We're focusing on things gaining momentum rather than being stagnant. And we're making the adjustments as needed. So you have the Sagittarian energy here too. Doesn't matter what sign you're in, okay? This is not a zodiac reading. You have the Libra moon energy here too, right? So you have Sagittarius wants to go and have fun, and Libra wants to make sure everything is organized and everything is in place and is focused on long-term ideals. And usually Libra likes to be in a long-term relationship. If they're not, they'll find one. Now, instead of rushing forward, in a sense, it feels like you're at a standstill, as we did with your little charm reading, right? You're at a standstill because of these energies that are coming at you. But as you begin to look at the bigger picture, you're going to want to race ahead, okay? But adjustments are required. You've got to make these adjustments first. You've got to let go of anything that's holding you back from where you really want to be, because it will hold you back physically, mentally, and emotionally. And if you want the outcome to be balanced, if you want the outcome of your life to be win-win, and you want this great luck to be on side, because Sagittarius energy has all this lucky stuff. They also have deep anxiety. Like they go, oh my God, we're going. Oh, but what's going to be there? Am I going to have a nice room? Oh my God, what if someone starts questioning me at the airport? Sagittarius is like, yoo-hoo! And then it's like, oh no, wait a minute, hang on a minute. We need to, this is going to affect us. Right, so adjustments, changing all of those patternings, right? This is really, my journey here is a very, very deeply spiritual, but very, very psychological journey as well, where something inside of me is a natural. I've had past lives as a psychologist, studied it for a year, whatever, but it naturally is in tune with the patterns of the brain. You know, I've naturally got this ability to understand what you as a person are going through. And if you work with me one-on-one, you'll figure that out really, really quickly, right? That there is something that is required here that is wrapped up in your life in wanting everything to be neat and tidy and shifted away behind you so that you're free to move forward. Now that's fantastic. Right? That's what we want. We want everything behind us so we can move forward. But we cannot avoid the things that are causing discomfort in the now. Because when your life is completely in alignment and in balance and true and honest, you don't have any discomfort. You don't have any issues. You don't have any problems. You're figuring them all out anyway. And if something comes up, it's easy. You don't have any stress. You don't have sleeping pills. You don't have problems, you know, with anyone around you. If you do, you dissolve all that crap, right? So when you're in alignment with your higher self and something's out of whack, something's not working, something is failing, you're hurting, or you're in discomfort somewhere in your body, or you're being hospitalized, or you're having a massive operation, or something's coming in, right? And it's because you're not dealing with the inner you and your emotions. You're not dealing with your patterns. That's the bigger thing. If you do not deal with patterns, they will repeat. If you don't take charge of your life, you will be in a place where you always feel anxious. If you're worried about what other people think all of the time, you'll never get anything done. You are gaining momentum in your energy. Self-love, not selfishness, but self-love is most important. Where you're going in your life and what you've learned from your past and the different shifts in energy you have during the day and the different alignments that you have and the different connections that you have are positive. If something comes up, you can handle it. It doesn't matter what it is. There's a way out of everything. Now, when you're in alignment with that truth, life becomes easy. So if your life is not simple, if your life is very difficult, you are not in alignment with what your higher self is trying to tell you, and you're not in alignment with truth, and you have a lot of fears, and you are not conquering your patterns. And that's very easy to adjust as well. I'm actually thinking about creating, and I've talked about this in a couple of videos, but creating a consultation with me. You talk to me on the phone. You tell me about yourself and your life and your problems and your issues, and I create for you a healing report. And from that healing report, you can either go off on your own and fix yourself, or you can choose some way in which you can have this help that you need. So I'm thinking about doing this because this is something that's extremely powerful for my clients that I have already. And they are receiving these reports about themselves and they're going, holy crap, I had no idea that that was the thing that was causing the thing, right? Or that was part of it, or this is part of it, or that's part of it. And it also can delve into past lives. It can delve into all kinds of aspects. So I'm thinking about that. Keep an eye out because I'll be offering that soon. Now, your energy is gaining momentum. Adjustments are required. There is a win-win outcome forecast. Some of you are like, okay, that might be legal. Yeah, it might be legal. But there's something that where you win, others win around you as well. Look at the bigger picture of your life. Understand that you're going to be forced with this energy at the moment to really adjust and to really get a hold of yourself, your life, your future, your goals, your dreams, your progress, your healing, your transformations, and your spiritual journey. And you're going to have to get rid of the same old patterns. And you can't call them something else because you're in a different environment. They're the same patterns. And we have to look at them. And once we get a hold of them, it's very instantaneous healing. My husband has literally just figured this out, that he can go, okay, I'm feeling discomfort somewhere. I'm going to ask my higher self, and I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to do the work on myself and say, what is this about? And you will receive an inkling, an intuitive message, an actual message, a loud message, symbols and signs, something that's showing you. You may not want to look at it, but it will show you what that is there for. So the deeper work needs to happen with you, number 3, or this is just validation that your deeper work is happening and it's going to lead you to where you want to be. Okay, let's move into your card messages as well. All right. So I'm personally really looking forward to this new moon on the 9th and 10th, depending on where you are around the world. Because we've never had this starting point in our lifetimes. It may have been a starting point from past life, but we haven't had it in our lifetimes ever. And we're getting used to this Pluto in Aquarius because it's going to be with us till September. It'll retrograde out a little bit, and then in November it's going to be with us for 20 years. No more bullshit. The whole world is going to flip upside down. Changes are afoot that we don't even know how massive this is that in our life. Right? It's going to be amazing. I'm excited. It means that there will be also things that happen. And if you've been listening to the Akashic Records readings that I do every month, you'll see as well. We have to put light on situations. Okay, so something's upside down here. I'm not going to fix any of these cards. They're coming out how they're coming out. Number 3. Wow, you really are focused. See, this, oh my God, okay. I love it. All right. Lots of importance here. Lots of importance here. For number 3. Okay, where the heck did I just put? Okay. So these cards that are along the bottom were kind of like bonus cards, is what I was told as I was setting up this reading today differently. Now we have here, we have the 3 of Pentacles, we have the Lovers, and we have the 4. So one thing that I have to tell you, number 3, is that financial stability is on its way. Okay? It's definitely on its way, because you also have the King here and the Emperor. You want to look on your astrological chart at where your midheaven is. Okay, so the career point is our 10th house, but you want to look at the midheaven to see how the world is going to see you as a leader. Okay, this can make all the difference. If you're not in your leadership role, okay, others aren't taking you seriously. Huh. Funnily enough, mine's in Aries. My midheaven is Aries, right? So you guys want to see me as a tough leader. Great. I'll happily step into that. And, you know, perhaps I wasn't being taken seriously before, but I definitely know I am now. So look where your midheaven is based upon your career. You also want to look at where you need to keep your mouth shut. And that's wherever Scorpio is on your chart. So for example, if you need to keep your mouth shut about your career and your long-term goals and dreams, Scorpio might be in your 7th house. If you need to keep your mouth shut about what your finances are and what your resources are, then Scorpio might be in your 2nd house. If you need to be quiet about what's going on at home, Scorpio might be in your 4th house. Okay? Again, not an astrologer in this life. Just have the knowledge. Kicking back up. Again, I've been thinking about taking back up a class that I was starting, but I don't know. Anyway. So for you, choices have been made, number 3, that are determining the next chapter of your life in a lot more strength than you've had before. The energy of the Lovers has come out today a fair bit, because relationships and the way that you feel about relationships are being tested. I feel for you, number 3, that you're looking at, as we said, the patterns and the frequencies in your life. Perhaps you've been looking at where you hold mastery, or what areas of your life you hold mastery. Some of you are great with money. Some of you are great with music. Some of you are great with writing and drawing and arts and crafts. Some of you are great with kids. Some of you are great with adults. Some of you are great counselors, readers, psychics, whatever it is you are. You've been kind of focusing on that, right? Or focusing on a future that you want for yourself that might involve those things a little bit more, right? There are patterns or frequencies of worry surrounding how that can be possible, because you perhaps have had a past where the shoe drops and all of a sudden shit's over, right? Or someone gets their nose out of joint and then you stop yourself to deal with that person. Or you might be wanting to open up something with readings or something like that, but then you see all these other readers and you're like, oh God, I don't know if I can do it. You see the amount of work involved. Oh God, I don't know if I can do it. I want to do it. Is it really going to make me any money? Do you know what I mean? So there's fear and doubt over the foundations in your life and what's going to happen. And again, you are trying to master all of these things. So a lot of things are happening for you, number 3, all at once. And I still get this sensation that in the past, you may have looked at things in a very, very different way than you are now, and that you really have progressed a very long way to where you used to be, right? You really have progressed, but now we're on to the next levels, right? And I can sort of see here that there is going to be some kind of meeting, connection, Zoom call, phone call, whatever it is, right? That involves it involves some kind of planning, or it involves some kind of help for someone else, or it involves sharing your knowledge, even if you're a novice about it, with somebody else. It's something that you're a little bit uneasy about, or that you haven't really done before for someone else in this way. Or perhaps that you have a friend that you're helping or something, and it's different for you because you've got to try to explain something and you're not sure whether they're taking you seriously as a teacher of something or a leader of something. This happens to me a little bit with people that have known me for a really long time, and they know me from before I became public with everything that I do. And so they don't take me or what I'm doing seriously at all. But to be honest with you, they don't care either. It's not like they're sitting there hating on it. I mean, I'm sure that people are, but it's not like they're wasting their time worrying about it. They're just happy that I'm doing my thing, right? But there's an instance here where you may have to have this conversation or this connection with someone, and they don't normally see you in that role, and that can be difficult. But it's not anything that you can't handle either. Now, the Ten of Swords show that you're completely done with something in your life. And once you understand why something had to be in the way that it was, and you understand that you're not completely defeated, right? You understand that it just naturally had to finish, then you move into such greatness here. The absolute happiness and everything. And then you have, so you end a cycle and you begin a new one, right? And then you go more into your abilities and leadership and strength here. And there's deeper protection. I mean, you've got everything that you need coming at you with the Emperor here. There's like an awakening that's happening to you that others aren't going to understand. And you know what? They don't have to. One thing that I often say to my clients is, God, don't justify yourself all the time to everybody else. Don't tell everybody your plans. Remember, where you got to keep your mouth shut is where Scorpio is. Okay? Don't tell everybody your plans. Don't try to explain your journey. Don't try to explain your healing. Don't try to explain anything to anybody who's a naysayer until they come to you one day and say, well, I want to know what the hell you have done. I really want to know what you've done, because you're healthy, you're strong, you're vibrant, you're in tune, you got things coming at you. I've never seen you so happy. So what the hell's the secret? Then you can open your mouth, right? The people that we really want the most to heal probably won't. That's the sad part. Again, there are agitators in life for a reason. And if you haven't done my, soul contracts and the Lords of Karma course, hey, that's a fantastic little course that you can do to understand these connections, okay? But yeah, you really are uplifting your vibe. You have the energy of power behind you. people just don't understand why you're not destroyed, right? You have this powerful structure here, like this powerful strength and focus and determination. You have the sun god here in this instance, with Ra, right? Pushing into your personal destiny and awakening inside of you something that you might have thought was lost for a really long time. But it's all because you had to go through this time of down, like being right down and crying maybe, or just frustrated, and you feel defeated. You might have been fired from work, or your kids aren't talking to you, or something distressing has been happening in your life, right? And instead of feeling sorry for yourself, you actually realized that this was a pattern, and that it was a phase, and that it was going to shift again, and that as long as you didn't harbor any unforgiveness or stress energy within yourself after you've gone through the feeling of it, but as long as you didn't harbor any stress and stuff, you win. If someone gets you or gets to you or gets under your skin, they win every time. As much as you think that you're tough or you're justified in screaming about this person, they win. You're bringing up their name, number one. It's on your mind, number two. And you must really care about them, number three, if it's going to be emotionally affecting you so much. Why do you care so much? These are the patterns. I'm just bringing up examples in your life that you may be going through as well. And a new change is here. The way that we see ourselves needs to change. A focus, a new direction, life-changing vibration needs to happen for you to be all that you can be. Now, again, I told you financial security is definitely here. Okay, you're going to be right in control of your finances, right in control of your life here. You're pushing past these patterns. You're having awareness of yourself as a soul, rather than just whatever you've been thinking of yourself as. When you stop comparing, the jealousy will stop. Jealousy can hold people back from many things, and it turns into hate every single time. Jealousy turns into hate every single time. So we need to let go of things that bring up an inadequacy within ourselves. And then for some people, they project their inadequacies on others, trying to make other people feel bad as they do or whatever. And you've got to remain firm in your healing and your transformation. Yes, in your little reading, it's like you have this crowd of energy around you that is negative and focusing on negative. So dissolve all connections, all time and space, all dimensions of time. Do your work, okay? Do your inner work as well. And if you need help, you always know where there's help available. I even have a free support group for you, right? So there's no real reason why people have to be going through any kind of struggles, because all of that is there. I'll put it in the comments as well. Support group, all of my courses and all of my services. You won't regret it if you do these things on these deeper levels. You'll regret it if you ignore yourself and you go through another massive transformation and you're still ignoring yourself until you get to the point where you give up and you can't be bothered anymore and life goes to hell. That's what ends up happening. And I've seen that happen to people, and they end up very, very bitter individuals with a lot of problems in their body, mind, and soul. It's at unrest. And it's really sad to see. So, for you, you are... Oh, hello, old Joe. Old Joe the cat just went past. I haven't seen him for a few days. I can't show you because it just, every time I try to do that, it never shows you anything other than my windows. So, great support is with you. You are very skilled. You have a lot of talents. And you have a lot of abilities to be able to move past whatever obstacles you've been having, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're going to have some kind of meeting with someone here soon. And there may be some things that need to be said. And that's okay. Remember that you're protected as you move forward. Don't justify yourself to everybody else. No one needs to know. It's like, I can't come because no, you just can't come. If I have to reschedule, I say, I'm sorry, I need to reschedule. How about next week? I don't have to give a reason. And in the past, I would say, well, this is happening, and if you don't mind, and if it's no trouble, blah, 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 blah. Come on. No, I have to do this. Oh, that's happening? Okay, I'm doing this. Oh, you can't come? Okay, well, here's my next appointment. Do you know what I'm saying? It's different when you don't justify yourself. You just are. So, everybody, number 3 is very powerful. Let's get an overall. $14. Which is temperance, balancing your patterns. And yes, I'm a Gen Xer, so I literally know what Roman numerals are. I am surprised. I see these people and they're like, oh my God, I don't know what that means. And they're giving you the wrong number, right? For the cards. We just were taught that at school. It was like drummed into our head. Same as me, I'm like the metric, system. And when I went to America to go to school, when I was like 13, the teacher's like, well, can you show everybody how to convert this from this to this? I'm like, well, I guess so. Am I getting paid for this? Because your conversions were, you guys all use inches and yards and stuff like that. And that's not what I was used to. Okay, where's your card? 12, 11, 8. Here we go. There we go. There's the temperance card, number 14. And then you could also say, I guess, 1 and 4 is 5. So then, you're connected with the Hierophant as well, of knowledge, patterns, awareness of patterns. It always comes into alignments, right, with what we're supposed to be doing here. It always makes sense. It always shows up. So yeah, so you're going through these pattern changes, okay? You're going through a series of events in your life that is actually going to go through that massive transformation phase. You've got abundance coming in. Remember, we had the fish at the beginning. So your financial, you're secure financially. If you're not secure at the moment, you're wondering where the hell that is. Okay, keep working on your patterns and how you feel towards abundance for that to also change. But you have these powerful vibrations here. Okay, look at this. This looks to me like Osiris. Yeah, all knowing, right? No BS here. He's quite aware of what he's doing. You have to be the same. Just be aware of what you're doing. Be strong in it. Don't justify yourself to anybody. Just do it. New start is coming. Many of us are going to be affected in massive, in fact, everybody's going to be affected in massive ways. And understand yourself. Understand yourself in a much deeper capacity. The energy is there for you. The vibration of change is upon you. You're doing an amazing job. And I really hope that you have enjoyed these messages today, as much as I love doing the picker piles too. And we had a lot of extra stuff coming in today, didn't we? So amazing. All right. Sending you lots of love and many, many blessings. Happy new moon in Aquarius. And bye for now.